Hello again, Jacqueline Cabessa here. I'm an artist and an art teacher. On my channel, you'll find tutorials for students as young as K5, and you'll find some lessons for older students of all ages. As an artist, my goal is to give happiness to people who look at my art, and as a teacher, I want to think that I inspire students to observe the world through an artist's lens. In this video, I'll show you how I paint in this style. This is part of my Au Restaurant collection at the restaurant. And last week, I showed you how I completed one of the pieces in this series. This is another one that I have just finished. And obviously, I cannot record each one of my paintings, but the next one is in the same style and it's titled Chez la Goulue. The drawing is improvised and drawn directly on the canvas. It's almost drawn in freestyle except for a couple of straight lines for which I used a ruler. Otherwise, the composition is totally spontaneous, where I imagine the scene and a vanishing line, and here in fact two vanishing points and two vanishing lines, so the perspective is eyeballed and definitely not to scale. And of course, that way I step away from a realistic rendering, and instead I want the painting to have an artsy, somewhat candid look. So hopefully you'll enjoy going through this semi-tutorial. I know that I'm not going to explain every single process because I would have to go through each element individually, but at least you see overall how I develop my painting through layers of paint and my own method and style, and hopefully you'll get inspired. So I always start with black outlines. That's because I like to delineate my shapes, and I use acrylic paint for that. Unlike oil or watercolor, you can paint over the lines almost right away because acrylic paint dries so fast. Also, there are so many shades of black. It's a matter of preference, but I like to outline with carbon black. I have some white, yellow, light red, and orange, and I'll add some black to the palette as well to recreate the cream gray limestone so particular to Paris. It's quite prevalent in all of the 17th and 18th century buildings in Paris. So prevalent that it's also called Paris stone. Okay, I'm not going to be too precise. I'll paint different layers as I go. All I want to do is give an impression of the stones without painting all the details. That's what I teach my students oftentimes. It's that you don't need to get into so many details. You can render the texture with just a few brush strokes. continue building up the layers until you're happy with the results. You can add as many colors as you like to add some interest, or you can keep it more monotone. Now I'm going to work on the awning, and these are the colors that I have chosen. I have some cadmium medium red, some light red, orange, and some black. So I'm going to build up the layers of color, and I guess I'll adjust the colors as I go. I'll try to apply light and shadow where they are needed. So we'll see what happens. Whoops, I thought I had turned on the camera to show you how the layering of the awning was going to be applied, but I guess I did not. Well, you'll see the rest of the layering throughout the painting. that's all of it for today. We'll see you next time with the same style and same techniques. And as we say, practice makes better. So we'll see you then.